What is going on, guys? Commodore Laz here today, bringing to you another video, and today we'll be talking about the One Piece character that I would create and place into the One Piece world, or otherwise known as create your own One Piece character. Now, this concept was actually done by my man Tony the Prophecy, who I'll have a link down in the description below so you guys can go check out his video, and of course check out his channel as well, because he kind of started off this little concept, in terms of, making your own One Piece starter character, and eventually led to like other YouTubers that I know, Naya, Dustin, Trent also did videos as well, and Dustin had actually tagged me recently on Twitter regarding this. So I figured, I'll jump on here and talk about a character that I would make and place into the One Piece world. So without further ado, let's create our own One Piece character. Now, in terms of where this character actually lives, I'm going to place this character like in the North Blue, specifically in the Leavenworth Kingdom. And he has like this dream of going on adventures and traveling the world and kind of just, experiencing life outside of his kingdom, because his inspiration at the time was Mont Blanc Noland, and having heard the story of what happened to Noland through, let's say from Cricket or from all the other people that actually knew of Noland's story and whatever happened to him and stuff, he actually wanted to go out and travel the seas on his own terms. And because of the family that he lived with at the time never really gave him that opportunity, he kind of went rogue, ended up stealing like an aircraft from that family, and then left on his own adventures. But because he has like this aircraft, and it's kind of similar in a way to an Opar Tunner with like the SSS rank Shin, which is like this huge aircraft that this guy named Cross kind of uses to travel from place to place in search of Oparts. And that's kind of what this character is going to be using during his travels when he wants to go out on adventures. He's like a mercenary as well, so he kind of goes out and does like his own missions. He ends up doing like jobs and stuff. That way he can get money for himself and get resources. That way he can provide for himself on a day-to-day basis. And this character would be like in his early 20s. That way he kind of has like, enough time in his life where he can actually spend, in his early adolescence going out, traveling the world, meeting new people, making friends, that kind of stuff. And in terms of like, his personality, like again, he's always been like a reserved person, so he doesn't really know how to kind of interact with people as much because of where he was growing up in the Leavenworth Kingdom, where he's always like, with his family, with other people that he doesn't want to be around. So whenever he has conversations with people, he's kind of like, calm. He's kind of like, has a hard time trying to interact with others. So he kind of stays on his own terms, kind of staying like laid back, relaxing. And this character would be like in his early 20s. So he would be someone that would be laid back, listening to music all the time. He would have like a certain trait of this character was that he has like headphones on all the time. Kind of similar in a way to like Yosuke from Persona 4, or similar in a way to Yo Asakura from Shaman King. And every time this character is like, seen walking around the streets, or he's in different towns or just different islands and stuff, he's always seen with those headphones on, whether it be listening to music or not, just kind of a part of his attire. And speaking of his attire, if I had to say like what he would kind of look like and what kind of design he would have, basically, it would be kind of like a mix. Like he would have Yo Asakura's like vest that he wears, and kind of have like the pants and shoes that Geofreed, the main character from Opar Tunner, would have. In that style. But he would also have like like a long sleeve going around like his left arm, and then like his right arm would have like no sleeve whatsoever, and then kind of having like a light like bandana like around him and stuff. And in terms of like his hair color and like the hair design itself, it would kind of be in a way like a blackish like Dante from Devil May Cry kind of like hairstyle that he would have. So that would kind of be like the attire and basically the overall design that I would have for this character. And in terms of like their powers and how they go into combat, basically the weapons that he uses are like double-wielded like daggers, so kind of similar in a way to like Thorfinn from Vinland Saga, where like he's proficient in hand-to-hand combat. He can go in, box you whenever he wants to, but at the same time he has those daggers with him, so he'll be able to slash you, stab you, and knock you out in that same regard. Now in terms of like hockey, if I'm going to give this character any form of hockey, he's going to be in the New World one day, so I'm going to give him all three forms of hockey. But if I want to be proficient in one area of hockey, I want to say observation, because I feel like if he's going to have King's Hockey, he's going to be like a conqueror, or like at least someone who's going to try and gain allies throughout his time, traveling the seas as like a mercenary. And Bushoku Hockey, I feel like again is going to be more proficient already in like his hand-to-hand combat with daggers. So I feel like with Observation Hockey, because he's like really good at fighting and stuff, defensively he's not as great. So to substitute his weakness on defense, he would kind of have like the power to be able to like sense and stuff around him with his Observation Hockey, being able to like be more evasive in attacks coming his direction. That way he is able to kind of like balance out where he's great in offense and bad on defense, where it kind of at least puts him a bit of in the middle. Now in terms of this character having a Devil Fruit, I'm going to give him the Time Fruit, also known as the Chikan Nomi, where this character is going to have the power to manipulate time itself. So he'll be able to have the power to kind of reverse time, slow it down, speed it up, pause time, all that kind of stuff. But there's going to be like drawbacks to it, because I feel like the time through itself is going to be very like broken ability, so there's going to be some kind of drawbacks to it. So let's say, for example, this character is going to fast forward time by a whole 10 minutes or so. He's not able to use his powers for at least an hour because of how much it consumes of him in terms of his energy. And say he wants to reverse time by like an hour, he's not able to use his fruit for a day. So there's always going to be like a limit to how much he's allowed to use. So if he uses a certain limit, it's going to double in time afterwards, so it doesn't allow him to be able to use it repeatedly over time. It's not going to be limitless. There's always going to be a bit of a time frame that he's allowed to use it, and then when it has to kind of recharge, so that way he's not using it. However, there's going to be a different type of exchange for that, because instead of, kind of waiting out time, he's going to be giving up years of his life. So say, for example, it would take at least, within 24 hours he was going to use of his ability to kind of fast forward time or reverse it. A day of his life would be taken away. Or you would say maybe like 7 days would be taken away. It would be like some kind of number would be used, so it's like, you can go ahead and you overuse that ability you want, but at the same time it's going to be at the cost of your life. Kind of similar in a way to like Kurapika recently in the Hunter x Hunter manga, without going too much into detail with his ability. But if you guys read the Hunter x Hunter manga, you kind of know where I'm coming from with that kind of concept. So that's pretty much going to cover this create your own One Piece character video. So big shout out to Tony the Prophecy again for actually starting this whole concept again. Link down in the description below to his channel. That way you guys can go and check him out. If you enjoyed this video, like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new here. And please let me know down in the comment section below, what kind of character would you create and place into the One Piece world? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. But that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. So Commodore Laz signing off. Thanks so much for watching. And as always, take care.